Hello, everyone, and welcome to Girls Run These Worlds. Tonight is going to be dark rites and other forms of exploitation. I hope y'all are ready. We were gone for a couple of weeks, but we are back. It's going to be an exciting night. The players are in a little bit of a bind, but before we get there, we will start by having everybody introduce themselves and their characters. Note that Abby is not here with us tonight, but you should definitely check out Abby, and we will catch up with Nidra and Nigel next week. And Gail.
Hi, I'm Arnica, and I'm playing your biomechanical bird god, Gale. I happen to be wearing a spectacular dress. It's white. It's Hampton's Party white. I'm sure it'll make it through the night flawlessly. No issues. And I'm so excited to be back. I've missed everybody.
We'll go to Jessie next.
Hello. This is Jessie. I'm playing May, your favorite flower girl, literally. It's so lovely to be back. I'm excited for what I have affectionately termed the Ballroom Blitz episode. And yeah, I'm honestly just ready to get right into it. You can follow me on Twitter at Egglasses. We'll talk about that later. I just want to fight. Let's go.
And Fleet.
Hi, everybody. My name is Fleet, pronouns they, she. You can find me at Fleet_Dietrich. If you have a game, donate it to the TTRPG abortion bundle. All that shit. We'll talk about more after the show. Stick around. But I'm playing Francis. I am a clay golem, hottest Jew-X in town. And I am about to decapitate someone from last we heard, and I am dressed as a member of a catering staff. And I look damn good in it.
All right, and Angela.
Hello there, lovelies. It's been an absolute pleasure to be playing with this group and to be returning to play with this group after a little bit of a break. I will be playing Cristiana Tia Oliveira, who is our resident sad girl / gal dealing with a lot, just a lot. And she has a companion. She has a dark shadow bird friend who may or may not be an eldritch entity of some kind she has no control over and may or may not be speaking all of her deepest thoughts and emotions freely. That's a time. This is going to be a lot. This is a situation she didn't expect. But she looks cute, and I got to wear my pretty dress again. So, positives. The positives of this. I'm ready to die, everybody. Let's go.
We're all ready to die on a daily basis. Let's go.
All right, and I am Nerdy Teddy. I am your storyteller for tonight, and we are going to actually start with Francis. You are swinging on this guard, and
I'm not just swinging. I would like to set the scene. I would like, as you get that up, I want to set the scene
go for it.
Because I was proud of this. I tried to talk my way through it. I am not a charming or talky character. I am a Jewish beefsteak, a brisket of great renown, and I unfortunately triggered the scar frozen heart. So unfortunately that means my masquerade drops. To use a vampire term, you can tell there's something wrong. I have no emotion. I am stone cold Jew-X bitch. And they called me out, said, hey, this person not supposed to be here. Thank you. I would love a brisket of great renown shirt. However,
I can make that.
Thank you. Please make it for me. However, I took the serving tray, and as soon as that motherfucker called it in, I slammed it into his neck.
So
decapitation.
Start by rolling a surprise roll.
What is that, my friend?
You're going to roll wits plus composure. This will decide whether or not he gets to react or use his defense to defend himself.
Okay. The real question is, what did I literally just do with my... Here it is. It's like, where's my character sheet? It's here. Okay, so I am going to do wits. Wits is 3, and then what was the other one, Nerdy Teddy?
Composure.
Thank you. Okay, that's not bad. That's 5d10. Success. Success, I get to roll again, so that's 2. And another success, so that's 3 successes. Yeah, I'm just swinging with all my strength just into the jugular. Frozen Heart's active, so I'm not really thinking about
Okay.
people's well-being.
That is, yeah, he does not get to defend with his defense pool. Let's see.
Gonna be like that, what is it? That Charlie's Angels movie where Drew Barrymore like gets the guy in the trachea.
Just trachea shots, just by definition, are painful.
I
So
know.
just
and that's
imagining a stone golem hitting you with a tray is even worse.
really hard. That's harsh. I was built to
Okay.
cause pain.
So you're making a melee attack with
Yes,
an improvised weapon. So it's going
I
to be
am.
strength plus weaponry.
Oh baby,
Oh,
this is
boy.
what I was made for.
You
Strength is
because it's an
4.
improvised weapon, you have a -1 modifier on that, so you take 1 dice off.
Okay, that's
Are
fine.
you making this an aimed shot?
For his neck? With that, what does that do mechanically?
So mechanically, you'd be aiming for his head, which would be a -3. So you'd lose 3 more dice.
Mm.
If you don't want to
Good
make
for
it
the
a
cool points.
aimed shot, that's fine. You might still hit him in the neck, depending on your roll. But if you're aiming specifically, then you're gonna.
So I have superhuman strength. So let me really quick get our diagram up, y'all. I realized, so I switched over to a new computer. So I am in a completely new setup. So I apologize if I'm a little scrambly for things because I'm just making sure I have everything.
While Fleet is
Bye.
figuring things out, make sure you check out the Girls Run These Worlds YouTube channel and subscribe
Good.
if you haven't already. You'll have access to all past VODs, be able to watch fun clips on demand, and also it really helps the channel. So please subscribe. Girls Run These Worlds on YouTube. Links are in the thingy-majiggy. Thank you.
Thank you. That was just enough time for me to figure out there is something with this.
I'm
So
good at this job, man.
you are good. So superhuman strength is involuntary. It just happens really fast. And it does not it comes with a scar that is also involuntary. So as soon as I use my superhuman strength, I trigger conspicuous appearance and draw unwanted attention. But you know what? We got it. So I am going to activate my superhuman strength. It's like almost as if I'm still like in my very sexy Jew-X out like look. However, it's almost as if my arm just ripples and it's almost as if a clay hand extends out and with all the force of it smashes this person in the trachea. So that is going to be pierce half your scar power and armor and durability in close combat. I am right in front of this person. So that is activated now.
Okay. And so are you taking that -3 for that?
Absolutely not. We're just hitting him. I have him just
Okay.
hitting him. I'm
So
not
you
here. I'm
you
not
just lose
killing.
the 1 dice for
Mhm.
an aimed shot, and you're good to go.
Listen. Okay. 1. Reroll 1 more. That's 1. Oh wait, no,
So
that's
just
2 because I rerolled 2 more. It's 2. That's 2.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Okay, so let's look at this. So you slam this into him. That's 2 damage lethal because you used your super strength.
I kill him.
He is technically still alive, but he's not in good shape. He is going to have some tips.
Yeah.
Did that armor thing do anything? The pierce half your scar power and armor and durability in close combat. So it would go through his armor. Did that skip like half armor?
Oh, he's not. He's just wearing a suit. He's not wearing armor.
Oh, for some
So-
reason I was like, they're in bulletproof vests. They're like, I was like, up here, I was like, oh, they're here
No,
to kill us.
you're thinking of the ones going for Gale. Gale is the one who they're putting everything in.
Good luck, Gail. I'm sorry, I'm not there right now. I'm having fun out here. I'm having my own dance time.
That's all right. We gonna dance.
So it's almost like
Oh.
while Gail is floating across the floor, as she goes to dip, the scene shifts into the extension of Francis's arm as it smashes into this person's trachea.
It's so cinematic.
And as it recoils, Gail dips back around. And imagine these two scenes of beautiful dancing and violence in beautiful parallel, audience.
I like that.
Okay, won't do that. So I was wrong. I forgot to add the weapon, so it's 4 damage lethal. But he's still alive.
Did I kill him?
He's still alive, barely, barely. But he's gonna take
Yeah.
How thick is his neck? Damn.
See?
So because it wasn't an aimed shot. Technically, you hit him in the chest. You hit him center mass. So if you don't
fine, the
aim,
lungs
you
are
hit
there.
them center mass.
Did I hear
That's
a crack?
bad for him because he's going to get 3 tilts.
Ooh, that's a lot.
So he's going to get arm rack. So his arm is not good.
Oh, I shattered that thing.
He's going to get beaten down. Basically, you're knocking the wind out of him.
Yeah.
And
He weebles and he wobbles and he doesn't fall down.
and he also gets knocked down,
Oh,
which is
sick.
also a tilt. So he is lying on the floor,
Bye, bitch.
seriously injured
Step off.
and beaten down. So he's not good. Which
I'm enjoying this.
which means that he loses because he's also knocked down, he loses all actions. So if you want, or lose it, not all actions, but loses his next action. So if you want to go again,
I do.
you can
Jump on
you can
him.
hit him again.
Well, I don't think I need to. I think he's down. He doesn't look so good. I think I'm going to. So it's like I hit this dude in the chest with the plate, and then it's almost like I'm going to spin it the other way and then almost gong like I'm hitting a gong, just ring it on someone's head. Just like try and like blast the other person with it. Because I'm trying to knock down as many people as possible because there's how many of them are there?
I believe there was 2 next to you, and there's more in the hallway, but
The chat is
they
telling
have
me to
distance
step
to
on
get
him.
you.
That's and it's this cast. Your kinks are not coming into play here. I am not stepping on anyone yet. Pay me more. If tip the channel and I'll consider it. And I will describe how I step on someone big. Okay, great.
However,
Okay.
I'm going to need you to. I gotta check. I gotta make sure I know which dice it is. Which means I gotta go back to the combat page. Unless somebody knows off the top of their head what dice it is for initiative.
I think it's going to be dexterity and composure. It's definitely composure. I think it's dexterity and composure. It could very well be wrong, but
Actions. There we go. Initiative. Okay, so roll 1d10 and add your initiative modifier. And if you have anything else that applies to initiative, any merits or anything, roll that as well.
I have a question. My initiative mod is 3. Does that mean I get 3 dice or a +3?
You would get a +3, but this is right currently this is just free.
Okay,
Go
perfect. I'm just now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I should
Or sorry,
make sure.
Francis.
So that's a natural 10, sweet Christ. And then where's my initiative? So that's a 13. I'm like
Okay.
rolling these 10s. Yeah.
So oh no, that's the wrong page.
You hear like the Mario sound of like I got a mushroom. I'm like boop boop boop.
Woo.
Boop, 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 boop.
For some reason, I'm imagining a Yogi Bear.
Hey boo boo. You
Boo.
wanna go fuck this guy up?
Let's go start a fight, boo boo.
Let's go step on the guy's head for money, boo boo.
It's not even for money. Francis just does it just because.
Francis is a hot piece of brisket. What did I
Yes.
say?
A brisket
a
of renown.
A brisket of great
Brisket of
renown.
great renown.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
This is
I'm opening Canva as we speak, so I can make sure I remember.
to make the
this.
brisket of great renown.
Yeah, I have a. I should probably talk about my Redbubble on here. There's like 5 things on it.
Oh my God.
I have a Redbubble. I'll mention it when I remember the URL.
Okay, so what was your total initiative?
13.
15, you said?
13. I am
13.
no, not 15, 13.
Okay, so
Woo.
he rolled a 12.
He
Total.
rolled a 12.
He got a 12. No, he got a
Oh.
12. Sorry.
10?
Natural
12
12.
total. Yeah, 5 plus, yeah, that's 12. So you go first.
I also have Iron Skin and Carapace. So just a heads up, Sophia.
Yes, you
For
have
every hit I
a lot
take.
of armor.
I'm very beefy. Literally built to take hits, but to fight,
Boy.
not so much. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I feel like I would have like, there's 2 people in the hallway, so 1 person's down. So what I would like to do is all right, fans, I would like to try and make it so they can't go run to get more. They like called it in, I guess, but I can't. I'll murder if I have to, but like I don't want to just do it to do it. I'm
We're
going
past that
to.
point.
I haven't passed that point. No, I'm Frozen Heart. I'm gonna kill him. I am going to take the. What's a cool way to kill this guy? You said he
Squish
has a
him.
walkie-talkie, right? What? Squish him. The people's elbow. I'm going to crush his trachea with my hand.
Okay.
Squished.
Because I don't think Francis would unless they had Frozen Heart activated, and unfortunately Frozen Heart is basically the golem killing machine idea of like they will raise a village. So this is like my interpretation of it.
I mean, you are in full berserker rage mode right
I am
now.
basically a berserker. Yeah, I'm basically a berserker build. So yeah, I'm gonna kill him. Can I use or convince you if I may use strength and then also brawl?
So yes, it is going to be strength. Oh, yeah, strength, brawl, -3 for his defense.
Okay. Because I have the superhuman strength, the defense is halved, I believe, or the armor. No, it's armor, not armor. It's no, that doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I'm just.
You mean the
trying
damage
to-
coming in is going to be halved?
Mm-mm. I think it only applies to armor. I don't know about defense.
Armor
Armor and
would apply.
durability.
Yeah, so that's when you're doing damage. So this is just
Okay.
the attack.
In that case, yeah, that's fine. I don't I'm okay with that because I have 4 strength and 3 brawl. It's not wrestling. It won't even make that case, but it's going to be 4 then for the -3 on brawl. That's 2 9s and 2 fails, so 2 success.
Okay, so
2 69s, folks.
Hey.
269s. Can I have a nice in the chat?
so that what that is that means your grapple was successful. You grab him by the throat,
Great.
which means roll strength brawl again because it's
1, 2.
now you're making a contested grapple check.
Great. Do I have to subtract by 3 for natural defense?
I do know. Hold on. I don't think so, but I want to make sure.
Okay. If so, I'm going to need to get more dice out because I don't have enough dice for this roll. I have a lot of dice out. And if you're going to listen to me roll it.
That's always a statement you want to hear from the player side as a GM. I have too many dice to roll for this.
Okay, so no dice does not apply, or defense does not apply.
It's like no dice apply. What do you mean we
Sorry,
can't roll
sorry.
dice in
The
a
dice
dice
roll.
rolling game?
Dice need not apply. All right, I'm going to do some ASMR while Sophia looks. I
also
need
have a
everyone
quick-
to send me the vibes. Can we get some vibes from the place? Some vibes. Can we like get a little vibey?
We
everybody.
send positive vibes as well to our newcomers of Arkenforge in the chat. Hello
Arkenforge.
there, lovelies.
Hello.
You
Hello.
join us in
I'm
the middle
rolling.
of a Deviants the Renegades game where we're in the midst of a gala where our party is suddenly may or may not highly likely be the proper term is fucked.
I think like yeah. I'm rolling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice right now.
Oh my goodness. I have a quick question for Fleet. Fleet,
Yeah.
what's Francis's color scheme? If you had to pick like 2 colors.
Look behind me.
Oh, right. I got you. I got you.
Clay and a little slightly darker clay.
Oh,
Or slightly
Okay.
lighter clay. We don't know.
who should I pick
How
this?
about clay and gold? So like a brown and a
Yeah.
gold.
I was gonna
Okay,
say I've
so
seen the gold.
you're trying to beat a 1.
No.
You're trying to
a
beat
one?
a
No.
1? 7 dice?
He rolled 1 success.
Go, Francis.
Would you believe it if I said I got no success? No, I got tons.
I was
Kidding.
Don't do that to me.
I'm kidding. I actually
My
rolled
goodness.
2 10s, so that's 3 successes. This man's dead. 3 successes. I didn't get anything else.
I
Good.
literally felt my heart jump up into my throat, and I lost about half of the breath I had in my body the moment you said that.
See what
That
you're
would
doing,
be
though?
real bad if I just
Does
rolled
your
7
super
dice.
strength add anything for damage?
It means I can lift people. Like if I can lift up to, and again, tip in chat for lifting and sitting on people. But I can lift up to 5 times my size and
Ooh.
weight. Super strength. That's what super strength does, and then it's like the
Okay.
pierce, shield, and durability.
Are you picking him up off the ground?
Would you like me to?
It's totally up to you. I just want to know what position he's in.
Oh my.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna pick him up off the ground. I'm gonna Bane to Batman on him.
Oh yes.
Break
Okay,
his spine
so-
right over my
Break
goddamn
the
knee.
bat.
Break the bat.
Break the bat.
Too much. Too much.
Break the bad man.
Read in the room. Too much. This is. I'm trying to kill, not maim. Okay. Because
Double
if so, I'll just
down.
crush his throat and move on.
Double down.
I'm built for wild cartoonish violence.
Aren't we all?
I'll do another check-in after the game. Everyone continue your consent check-ins during the game, before the game, and after the game, especially when you're playing a violent character.
Okay, so honestly, you have super strength. It's 2 damage for rolling over. I'm gonna give you 3 lethal on that, but that doesn't kill him. But he's also going to
Crush.
gained a tilt as well. So he has insight, which means due to extreme fear, he is just shutting down. He can't take actions until a tilt is resolved. He can apply defense, but he is, due to extreme fear, he's no longer able to fight you other than defend himself.
Okay. Sick.
Nice.
Sick. I like it when men fear me. I'm into this. Oh no, a new kink has been unlocked. I'm sorry, this is a horror game. I need to calm down. But I am very sincerely enjoying this combat.
You enjoy this. You enjoy this as much as you want, Fleet. This is exactly why you decided to do this character.
I've been waiting for how many goddamn sessions to fight? So many.
Yes.
Let's go.
So,
all right.
Wow.
That's
do
my-
you want to, assuming you want to continue doing damage to him, he does, you stack 2 or 3 every time. Eventually, you'd kill him. So eventually,
I think here's the hard part, folks. And we can put it and poll in the chat. Do I kill this man or do I let him live?
Poll.
However, I'm wondering, like, so Sophia, I have some clarifying questions. One, they said they're here on the walkie-talkie, right? They publicly stated that we're here, or is this still contained?
yes, it is not contained.
Okay, so my goal is to. Nidra is in a room. She's safe for all I know. Nidra can handle herself, but now I'm thinking of all of my friends in the ballroom. And I have Frozen Heart, but I at least know enough, like, oh, there's going to be more people to beat the shit out of in this larger room. I should go here. So I think I'm going to incapacitate the other person and then make my way over. I think that is my intention.
We have a poll.
Ooh.
So
Kill the man or let him live, folks.
You get to control the
50-50.
game.
so while the poll runs, I think we're going to head over to the ballroom. Last time we seen Gail, I believe you were dancing, correct?
Oh my gosh.
I was.
Since it's been a little bit, want to explain to the viewers who you were dancing with?
All right. So I happen to be towards, not quite at the center. I believe Tia had made herself quite the center of the ballroom earlier, but towards, a middle-ish area in the wall, I am dancing with the man who is absolutely responsible for my entire life. I am dancing with the person who made me the creature I am, who found this weird splinter cell of this bizarre cult, set them up, put me in charge of them, and more importantly, put a whole bunch of spies on top of me, and then arranged to have me killed. It failed, but this is the person who did all that. And that's who I am dancing with. And I recognize him. He recognizes me. Only one of us is scared. And unfortunately, it ain't him. But that's okay, because being scared makes me angry.
Okay, and as you were dancing last time, his guards, his backup had sort of started to surround you. May and Tia would have noticed this. It's pretty obvious. They're not trying to hide what they're doing. But you also notice that some bodyguards, personal bodyguards, are ushering certain people out of the room, getting them out. There is a couple of non-bodyguard security entering the room, extra people. And I believe and I don't remember entirely what I said, but there was a complication last week where Tia started sensing that there was another individual with power in the room, correct? And I don't think I pointed who out, or I don't think I think I said you couldn't see them yet last week. If that's not the case, I'm going to retcon a little bit.
No, that is on part. My recollection of last week, of our last session, was that you noted, I think it was for a beat, you let me, in exchange for that, you let me be aware that not only is Marcus Espinoza the enforcer who's in charge of the Seraphs of New Dawn there, and the most present, like, I'm gonna kill this man if I get any chance to. He's the only one I actually actively will feel no regret in doing anything to. But the moment that, like, I was hesitating to do something to him, you mentioned a new angelic presence because I have a variation that lets me be aware. Yes, I think it was otherworldly connection lets me be aware when I've chosen a certain kind of entity is
Yes.
sort of in
And
the area.
You also have a power that lets you know when somebody's directing a supernatural power at you, correct?
Yes, yes, Fate's agent. I'm automatically aware whenever supernatural power of the chosen source attempts to target me or an area containing her. So if the angel tried to do something, I'm aware of them trying to do something. And because I put it at magnitude 2, I also have the potential to counter it.
Okay, so would you see, in this case, you're going to see his name is I don't know, something, he's nondescript, like Jake or something. He's not a super important character himself, but you see him first. He's not wearing a suit, he's like wearing a t-shirt and stuff. He's like a big guy, but James is always with somebody else, you know, from your early days at Seraph, or at some point while you were at Seraph. And before you see the person that's with Jake, you feel just like they can't get in because you have Indomitable, so they can't read your mind, but you can feel somebody attempting to read your mind. Like, just like pick up on your thoughts as they walk into the room, and you see Laura Curtis.
Laura Curtis, I'm trying to remember. This is because just a memory fault on my part. Laura Curtis is
Laura Curtis is the devoted that we made during the break.
that one.
Yes.
Shit.
Oh. Trouble.
Is she angelic?
Her, no. James, yes. James is her retainer to keep her safe and get her out of bad situations.
Great.
And we will get into why exactly that is when she starts using her powers, but she has to have a retainer to due to her scars. So do you let May know?
Yes. For context for viewers, Laura Curtis is among essentially another broken or another individual who fits our profile of character, who was a deep friend of my character, who at least pretended to be a deep friend, who was, I'll put it to you this way, very similar to Francis, was the only other person to fit Francis's mold when I was in Seraph. So someone who I thought was a good friend. until things went south.
What you get replaced me. I'm irreplaceable. Come on. Kill him.
Great.
And devoted. The other thing that sets them apart from the players is because the players are renegades. And that means they're not a part of a conspiracy or anything. But
we have a vendetta against said conspiracies.
Yes. Devoted are still with the conspiracy. They can, and it is possible to turn them away from it because they're with the conspiracy, they then have a vendetta against somebody they were close to, and depending on the strength of that is how powerful they are, and that is who Laura is. So you let May know that Laura's here. Does May know who Laura is beforehand, or do you have to do a quick explanation?
I think the explanation just comes out like her behind the mask, like her going up to May in the midst of us, like probably if May is just pinging the whole like, oh crap, Gale is in a bad situation. This is going to get very bad. It's just a lot of Tia coming, keeping the mask as low down as she can. Her voice is, all things considered, relatively steady, but May can very clearly see there's tears going down beneath the mask. And she is saying, we need to get everyone of the group out of here, or there's going to be more things going. There's going to be more havoc, at least from what I can promise on my end. And I think I also, because of the precognitive I did earlier, May can see the crystallized right arm. So like she probably can see my arm is not going to be in commission if I keep pushing on this. I can still use it for now, but until our lovely storyteller decides she could actively choose to offer a beat and incapacitate it at a really bad moment. So that's fun for me, but she basically is like, someone else, a good friend who fucked me over is here. And someone else is there to watch over her. We need to get people out of here now. And the bird is the shadow of any light, of any like lighting for the place, not light, on the floor is like flickering. It's
Terrifying.
that thing is madder than I am.
So do I have time to react when Tia tells me this, or are there other things?
Oh yes, there are still a lot of people in this ballroom.
Okay.
Some of who are being ushered out, but it's going to take a little bit before they're out of here.
Okay. Yeah. So where we left off, basically May last episode had been like she had eyes on her mom and dad, who didn't know she was there, as far as I was aware, and then the other players in her backstory are also there, who she does not like. But now this is happening, and May is like, well, shit. So hearing this from Tia, May's gonna look around for exits and try and figure out like which way. First of all, like, do I see, like, she'll look for Gale because she knows Gale's there, and she'll try and see if she can find Francis or Nidra. Obviously they're not there, but she doesn't necessarily know that. And then after like figuring out where her friends are, or figuring out they're not, where she can find them, she's going to try and see if she can get a good escape path going to take Tia. And she's going to grab Tia's hand. She's like, okay, let's go.
All right, that is going to be Wit's investigation, I guess, to find an exit.
Oh, I got an investigation. Oh boy. Oh, I have a total of 1 die I get to roll for this. I'll Also, quick shout out to Google, because I found out today Google can let you roll various dice. Thank you, Google. It's a fail. Fuck you, Google.
So no successes.
No successes.
Okay, so unfortunately,
Oh,
there is at
no.
least one security guard standing by each exit. Again, these are throwaway security guards. They're not going to just fall over, but they are not devoted or anything.
Oh,
They are
boy.
our enemies, and there are a few of them. I'd say at this point there are at least 6
Oh no.
in the ballroom.
Oh no. This is bad.
That does not
gang.
include the ones that are with Gale.
Oh no, this is a real bad game. So how many security guards are with Gale? Can I see? Do I get a general idea?
There are
There's
4, and they are mostly there to protect. I have his name somewhere.
Person? Important person. Gale's guy? Can I just call him Gale's guy?
I mean, yes.
That's a yes if I ever heard one.
GG, folks. GG.
Gale's guy. Okay, so there's a lot of freaking security guards, and we can't get out.
You can. You're just going to have to go through them.
Well, fair, but May, knowing what she knows about herself and about Tia, knows that that's going to be real freaking hard. So I think May is going to stop now that she's realized that the exits are basically, it's going to be relatively difficult to get through. And instead, she's going to try and make a beeline for Gale. Like maybe not to get right next to Gale, but to at least get close enough to her so she can help if shit goes bad on Gale's end. Because she knows Gale's a powerhouse. And also, friends stick together. And in her head, she's just like, where's Francis? Where's Francis? Where's Francis? Where's Nitra? Where's Nitra? Where's Nitra? Oh my God. Oh my God. Ah, that's a brain right now.
Okay. I moved my notes apparently. I'll have to find them later. It was the Emperor dude. I do not remember what his name was. Might be in Discord.
I don't see us. I know we wrote it down. I swear to God, it started with an L.
Better find it because I'm going to name him and you will all not like what I will name him.
Oh, I want you to name it. Hey, maybe everybody in chat, everybody watching, you tell us what you want this guy to be named. It's your time, chat. It's up to you. You get to control the game.
I think we're just in the chat. You know that, right? It's mostly just us.
That's not the point. Anyone is in chat.
Okay,
It gains more
I'll go-
validity
oh,
so long as something is in the chat, is what we're
Okay,
saying. Go
okay.
through the extra step of typing in the chat. We understand that BS will occur in terms of what you say, Fleet. We just want you to go through the extra step to let us have the BS.
Okay, here's his name. Fuck you. Here's his name.
Oh boy, let's go see.
Here you go.
Oh no.
There's his name. You're welcome.
Rancid Grandpa.
Rancid Grandpa.
Rancid Grandpa. That's
You
right.
want me to
that
put it
works.
in chat?
The Emperor or Rancid Grandpa, we will figure out his real name later.
That guy.
They are there mostly to protect him. Gale, what are you doing?
So am I unmuted? I'm unmuted. Okay. I couldn't even tell y'all. So
I cannot wait for this.
freaking obviously noticed all the people closing in. But more importantly, I'm noticing the people leaving. I can see just out the corner of my eye May trying to wiggle through these bigger people without knocking her hat off or getting her veil askew. She's trying to, get through. I can't see Tia yet, which is making me nervous because I should be able to see Tia. I mean, you're probably just like behind me on my left, right where my wings are blocking the vision, but that's just making me more anxious.
Like just put the
Sophia,
wing
honey,
down. Just
what
wing
does it
down.
take? How many hits does it take to kill a human being? Because Francis was beating the shit out of these people and they still had like 5-10 hit points left. Roughly, what does it take so I know what to aim for with a one hit?
So it depends on a lot of things, right? So it depends
Okay.
mostly on their health. So like the people that Francis was hitting have a little bit higher health because they're trained security guards. But like if you walked up to a random waiter, they wouldn't have a lot of health. However, you have to be dealing lethal damage to kill someone, which means so there's 3 levels of damage. So there's bashing. So like if you just punch somebody, you start out doing bashing. If you keep hitting them, then you do aggravated. And then if you keep hitting them, you do lethal.
Okay.
So once they fill them up. Now there are ways to get around that depending on your moves or whatever they might have. They might do aggravated lethal if you use a weapon. Like guns do lethal unless you have a special ability that stops that from happening. But yeah, damage starts at bashing and climbs from there.
Gotcha. So I'm probably not. Okay. So
And like the better you roll, the more damage you do as well. So like if you get 5 successes, you do more damage, plus you get extras for having extreme success and whatnot.
okay. So I'm going to look down at the Emperor as we are spinning towards the end of our dance. I'm going to say, if they take one, why shouldn't I snap your small wrinkled neck if they take one step closer to me?
And I mean that's going to be a little harder than you think it is, but I honestly can't think of a reason. I prefer you didn't, but I can't think of a reason. I'm sure you have your reasons, Gail, to want to hurt me, but I'm assuming they would stop you before you finish the job. That's what they're here for, to protect me. But I'd prefer you didn't. I'd prefer you hear me out, Gail.
I'm going to go ahead and narrow my eyes. I'm going to give him a long, slow look. And I'm going to look him up and down. I'm going to turn and I'm going to look at the closest security guard to us. How close is the closest one? He hasn't stupidly come within arm's reach of me, has he?
No.
Okay. He hasn't fucked up and misjudged how long my tail is, has he?
For anyone who's watching at home, that tail is long.
No.
Damn.
The pause in the answer worries me
Well,
more
I
than
rolled
anything.
some
Got
dice
to
to
roll.
see if he could calculate the length of the tail just by looking at it. So this one did not.
Okay. So he did not step close enough for me to go ahead and hit him in a very quick tail bash. Okay. All right. So since I'm not close enough to make a one move attack just to be an asshole, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hear him out. I'm gonna tell him, stop your men exactly where they are. I'll give you 2 minutes. I feel super gracious.
He waves them off.
All right. And in return, I'm gonna look and kind of gesture. I'm not sure if he sees May, but I see May, and I'm kind of gonna flick my wing in a move to the side gesture. I want her to wherever T is, I want her to go find someone. I don't want her within a direct line of me if they start shooting at me, because I might have to make them start shooting at me tonight. I'm mad. We gonna get shot at, Francis. Okay.
Yeah, so if May sees that, she'll just grab Tia and be like, we gotta move, we gotta move, we gotta move, we gotta move.
Yeah.
We're moving, we're moving, we're moving,
Moving.
we're moving.
Yeah. This is me and Jessie just in sync for partnership here. Moving. We're getting out of the way. We're moving. Okay, we're coming back into frame.
All
We're
right.
coming back into frame together.
Full body acting, everybody.
Full
This
body
is the
acting.
experience we're providing. I do what I can.
If somebody can clip that moment of us doing it, I will love you. Just the full in sync. We're getting the fuck out of frame.
Wait,
we got
let's
some
do
very
it
good
again.
clips tonight.
We'll do it
Go
on 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And we're moving. We're moving. We're moving.
Yeah,
We're moving. We're moving.
We're moving.
We're moving.
We're
We're moving.
We're
We're moving. We have successfully moved.
Thank God they're gone.
Okay.
Y'all
So
ain't right.
Back. Rolling back on the screen. Thank you, Angela, for doing that with me. I love you. Thank you all for putting up with me. Indulging me, that's the word.
Anyway, this very tense moment. What happened?
Back to the action.
Yeah.
On a kill ranted grandpa.
thank you, Cal. Well, it is hard for me to admit, I must. I made a mistake. We never should have moved against you. We never should have left you behind. And we have lost much in doing so. I won't force you, but I would like to ask you to return with me. We have a new compound all set up.
So Gale's feathers absolutely bristle at this. But it's not necessarily a completely aggressive bristle, as much as she is giving him very aggressive face. And gosh, do I love my friends. And I do love my house, but I do kind of miss sometimes you miss it. And part of me, the same part that makes the little peacock crest, the little cockatoo crest go up, and right when they start dancing, that part has got her wing feathers fluffing a little bit, just a little. She hates him, but that does almost sound nice. I'll let him talk for another minute or so.
And he will keep doing so. I don't have a long speech planned out for him, but yeah, he will. Yeah, it'll be more of the same thing. He will talk about all the extravagance that they have set up for you, and just all you have to do is come back, right? Like everything will be fixed. It'll be fine. He's being like, you don't need to make a roll to decide, like, to realize that, like, he is laying it on thick, right? That he wants you to believe. But what they realized is that because you are a devoted, or not a devoted, but because you are a deviant, you are broken, you have power that they don't have. If they have you, it gives them more standing.
So we have continued to dance as we talk because It's what you do when you're trying to menace each other, and you're both dressed for it anyway. And so as we've danced, I have moved us a little bit further. He's not at all concerned. He's got all these armed men. So he's not at all concerned about what direction I'm moving us, and I'm moving us slowly towards where the hall is, because I got pretty good hearing. I've got slight, like, it's not super duper hearing, but gosh, I do have slightly better hearing than a human. Like, I can hear really high pitched noises, like, say, a serving tray ringing off a whole bunch of shit, like it's been hit really hard. So I've been dancing us back towards the last place I heard what sounded like probably one of my friends fucking up in the best way possible. And as I get us towards that darker hallway, he can't see it, it's behind him, but I can see that there's a looming figure in the darkness. It's coming like a fucking freight train. I'm surprised he can't hear it, but you'd be surprised how soft the slap of clay can be. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna meet Francis's eye. Make sure that Francis sees me. I can't tell Francis ain't home, but I can tell that they're geared up. I'm gonna lean down and I'm gonna tell him, that sounds lovely. I do want that. I think I'm gonna take it from you. And I want to use my tail bash. I want to turn around and I want to pop him as hard as I can in his wrinkled, tiny, frail little body and see if I can, like, baseball bat him right into Francis.
That serving tray comes up like a bat. No, you know what?
Can we just like, yeah, can we just like pinpoint?
Wrestling. It's not the serving tray. I dropped the tray. My brick arm is ready to clothesline this motherfucker.
Come on, let me roll it.
Let's go.
I can do
it.
Yes. First, the surprise roll was what? Waits composure?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so roll that to see if he's surprised.
All right.
My arms hurt from getting so excited.
Yeah.
Just have a little monster in the back hallway you can use whatever you want.
All right, my composure is 3 and my wits are 2, so let's go ahead and roll 5d10.
Oh,
Bring him to me, baby. Bring him to me, baby.
All right, I got a 10, a 9, and an 8, and I re-roll that 10 again, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
All right. And I got another 10. Do I re-roll that other 10 again?
Yep, they're exploding die.
Yes, they keep exploding.
That one's a 9.
5 successes.
That's 5 successes.
We're doing the most bloody horror in the fucking world, baby.
I told you I came to kill a man today.
We're gonna kill a man today. You and me.
I don't care which man.
Okay, so
sick shit.
Fuck you, Grandpa.
Oh my god. Him, come on.
do you want a beat or do you want extra damage?
Do you want him dead?
Oh, see, I will take whatever gets him. I will take whatever hurts him the most. I will take that, man. I don't care if I have to take 3/4 of the damage he takes. I'ma hurt that man today. Let me break his little wrinkled neck.
Okay.
Okay,
You'll take the extra damage.
I'll take the extra damage.
This is
Let's go. Bring him to me.
does your tail count as a weapon?
Yes, actually, I have my tail listed specifically as a weapon. Tail slap lash.
Yeah.
With notes bruising, Gale's tail is just over 200 pounds of feathers and organic alloys. Getting hit with it on purpose hurts.
This is did you say it was a lash attack?
It is a lash attack.
Okay.
I couldn't figure out how else to do it. That seemed like it was the right one.
Yeah.
Yep, no, that's perfect. I just going to pull it up then so that I can read it. How strong? What magnitude?
My magnitude on lash tail is 1, but it's also listed under my brawl.
Oh, you pick the brawl version of Lash.
I don't know what I did.
Yeah, when you pick Lash, you have to tie it to one of your like skills because I took Lash too. So you can either pick like brawl or weaponry, I think, and then that determines if it's there. I think there's 4
If you
different
get an
ones,
extra
and those
die.
determine if it's a ranged one or if it's a melee one.
Okay,
Or
no, it's
something along
attached to brawl, not weaponry.
Okay, yeah. So, and what level did you choose? Did you choose? I'm assuming you didn't choose gentle. So, did you choose bruising or cutting?
I chose bruising.
Yeah.
Okay, so it will deal bashing damage. You'll do extra bashing damage.
You rancid grandpa.
Okay, so dexterity plus brawl. Or do you?
Hurtful. Couldn't be strength plus brawl. My
Okay,
strength is
I was gonna
monstrous.
say, do strength. Do strength.
Hilarious. All right, my strength is 4. My brawl is 3.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Okay, and then take 2 dice off for his defense.
All right.
His ass, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Out of those 5, I got 110. Let's re-roll that. No, I just got the 110.
Okay.
It balances out.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so you hit him for 1 bashing damage. Yeah, 1 bashing damage.
I'll take it, man. As long as he moves far enough to thump into Francis, so Francis can keep whooping his ass. We're gonna hit him like a pinball. We're gonna be Tommy the Pinball Wizard, just pop, pop,
For
pop,
story,
pop, pop.
we will say yes, that happens.
Thank you.
So what are you doing, Francis?
So Francis has been, I'd like to set the scene a little bit. I think Francis has been on the ground crushing this man's trachea. And I think that Francis isn't home. I think they hear the sound of a conversation. They hear the door open. I think it's like a horror movie. I think their head just kind of turns almost to look at who's coming in. And at this point, the mimicry is fading. The mimicry is starting to melt away. So it's like half a gooping person on the ground, just like watching it turning, like half this 5'2" Jewish beefsteak and half this 7-foot tall golem. And it's going to kind of turn and almost stand up on one foot and then limp back down to the other foot to look back around, sort of like in between 2 states, extremely comfortable with itself. It's sort of just one of those things of like, oh, it's just kind of caught right now. It's trying to maintain, it's trying to come back, but not quite. And it kind of turns and looks down, makes eye contact with Gale. And it's almost as if they're like, okay, I see what's happening. I understand what's needed at this time. I kind of can't make up my mind what form I should be. With a quick shake, it's almost as if the human facade like snaps away to become like a full golem figure. And you say that, and as I start rising up, hulking over, you throw this rancid grandfather at me. And I just grab him like a rag doll out of the air by the head and slam his face and try and drag it across back to you. Just into the wall and just drag it. So I'm trying to like fuck his head up. And
Okay.
I would say this is wrestling.
We're wrestling.
Strength plus brawl.
So because 1, 2, 3, 4 for strength, and then 3 for brawl. But because it's wrestling, I still don't have enough dice. Hold on. There we go. Now I have 8. 6, 6, 6, 6.
Big money, big money.
10, 8, 10. So it's 3. Another 10. And a 9. Fuck
5
me.
successes.
Fuck me. Okay.
Okay, so hold on.
Okay.
I gotta check something here because something happens there. So because you don't have a weapon and you're not holding a man's throat in your hands, this is aggravated damage. But you're still doing a lot of it.
I am very aggravated. Because the thing is, like, I don't want to do the killing blow. I want that for, Gale gets it, you know? Gale gets the killing blow if she wants it.
Let's see. Extreme success.
Extreme success.
Gain an extra willpower.
Nice.
Temporary willpower, but you gain
Rough.
1.
Nice.
Don't think I've forgotten about that man I have to murder. Don't think I've forgotten about him.
Which one?
All of
It's
them.
okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Fucking all of them.
Every man.
All the menses were Martian manhunters. We're hunting menses. Thank you, Beast Boy.
Beast Boy, best Teen Titan.
We are blessed by Garfield.
We really are.
Such a good boy.
So good.
See, now we've all started Beast Boy fangirling, and we
There's
briefly
no coming
forgot that
back.
we're murdering an
Uh,
old man.
We can
Okay,
do both at the
so-
same time.
Being an old man. Jet man.
That's that. So he just took 5 aggravated damage. Because these guards is dead. At this point, like at the same time this happens, unrelated to what's happening, all of the like normal people around
yeah.
Laura start to panic. Some of them run for the doors, but they are starting to panic. And Tia can feel she is using her creeping dread power.
No, you're not doing this to someone else again. Not again. Not to anyone else. Fate's agent. This will take up my turn. But I'm gonna try and use counter. It takes up my action. I have to do it's essentially a clash of wills.
Okay. So that's willpower Clash of Wills. Let me look that up and make sure. I know
Yeah,
what I'm
let's
doing.
both of us immediately go to our book and start looking at which one is the roll for this.
My brain instantly went to like Dragon Ball, like both of your energy forces are just like,
Don't worry, I have a description for this. It's not pretty.
Oh my gosh.
None of what Tia does is pretty. That's why she's
Oh.
afraid of it.
Give me the horror. I'm ready. And on that note, if you know anyone who loves horror movies, they'll probably love our stream. So make sure to tell your friends about it.
Using
Thank you.
conflicting powers under a contested roll, each using a pool for variations, magnitude plus or acclamation. So the variations magnitude for mine. So my variation that I'm using is Fate's Agent. So I have 2 from that. I have no acclamation. So right now I have the 2
which
available.
means you're rolling more dice than her.
And persistent variation with the perpetual keyword grants the deviant a +5 bonus on any Clash of Wills rolls involving it. So let me just double check. I'm pretty certain Nah. Well, wait. Fate's agent is perpetual. So that is a +5 bonus to that.
Okay.
This is the one thing I designed her to be able to do. Nobody fucks with my mind. Nobody fucks with other people's mind while I'm around.
I love this.
So I have 7 dice to roll this if I understand the +5 correctly.
Unless it's a +5 bone, like a modifier.
Which would be nice, but it's
no.
8 through 10 is the success range, correct? I'm just trying to remember the resolution. 8 through 10 is success?
Yes.
So right now I have 1 success, and that was on 4 dice. That's 2 successes right now,
Okay.
which
So you
I think
win.
is higher than her possible.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
you win.
so
she failed her roll, so you win the clash roll.
yeah, so if she defeats her target and a clash rolls, the target's power does not take effect, although it still carries its normal cost in willpower, actions, or occult currency. So I can, unless there's something you want to add to the scene, I can describe what her
Go for
failure
it.
of it. Okay, just want to make sure I'm not interrupting because I know we're getting your break. Yeah, Exo Girl Wonder, this is the one thing I get a lot of dice on, this and investigation stuff. I kind of imagine, especially if May is still holding onto her hand and trying to pull her close, that all of the crystals, there's a moment in her arm where all of them go. It is that, I think it's called Phantom Black or whatever it is, that black that is so dark it absorbs, no light goes through beyond it. All of them go that deep, and there's like a moment where her shadow disappears, and it's like because you described it as a creeping dread ability, right, Sophia?
Correct.
All the dread that I imagine Laura might be attempting to spread across everyone else, it's like the shadow just goes along the floor, and it rises up out of the floor in front of her, and she just hears a voice just sort of emerging from it. It is a different form of Tia just there, but this time not as bird-like, this time much more humanoid, and like split right at the center of it there is a flower that's blooming with crystals, and she's just looking at Laura, and I was like, you don't get to fuck with anyone while I'm here. If you try and do this to anyone else, I will stop you. And if you try and bring any harm to her, then I will break your fucking mind. She doesn't deserve this suffering, but you do. And your suffering will be legendary. And then the shadow just sort of just pulls back. And I think just even trying to do that, the crystals are like the same coloration that May's flowers are. Because her first instinct was like, no, this is probably going to affect her friends. And like all the crystals are just like, there's bird feather designs in the crystals, there's a flower, and there's clay alongside some of it, and there's like techno-organic parts. She's like, oh God. Oh boy.
And May will like catch her like after, like if Tia falls, or like feels, if May like feels her go limp or anything like that, like she'll support her weight kind of thing. Like put an arm like around her other shoulder kind of thing.
Yep. She's just full on dissociating. She's lost in her hallucinations right now. That's it. That's it for me, Sophia. Feel free to lead us out. Okay. Break.
So I think to that, Laura responds, "Oh, there you are, Tia." And then the last thing that happens before we head off to break is Celine saunters back into the ballroom. She looks around at all like the people and the things that are happening, and Oh, my darling, seems you've created a mess. Well, she looks back around. Several of like every other guard, like for every two guards, one of them straightens up when Saleem walks into the room, when she looks around. Says, well, subdue them. I don't have time to wait forever. And that guard grabs one of the other guards and, they force him to the ground. You do not have complete control. She does not have complete control of the building or anything, but this will buy you time in the room. And that
Holy
is where
shit.
we'll go to break.
Okay,
Borrow points.
we'll see you, everybody.
At least we know you coming back. We'll see how you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We ended on a tense moment, and Celine is currently helping the group by subduing some of the extra guards. Now, this is only the ones that were like on the fringe of the room, right? And this doesn't include people in the greater building or anything. Whatever Celine's motivations is, she doesn't want you dead, it would seem. So, but you still have threats in this room.
And I'll take care of it.
Which means we have to roll some dice. And I'm going to start by having each of you roll your initiatives first.
Do I have to reroll?
I can. Yes, this is a new initiative.
And it's just a 1d10?
1d10, correct.
Okay.
Mine says initiative mod 4.
Yeah.
But
So I
still just
think-
1d10?
I think the mod you just add to the initiative.
Okay.
Because I have a +2.
Yep.
All right.
Rolled a 3 plus 5, so I'm an 8.
I rolled a 7 plus 4, so I'm an 11.
I am a 6. 3 plus
That's a-
3, baby.
4. What? 1 plus 3.
I beat
So-
someone.
You beat me.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, actually.
Sorry, what was Fleet's?
4.
We're getting into May is not good at this territory.
And
So
shenanigans.
I did not make her a fighter. I made her a party girl lover. I don't know. It
I
makes
have
sense in
no
my head.
issue with that.
I knew it. I was like, yes, Tia will be fine with this. Angela will also be fine with this. Both of them will be fine with it.
Yes, the answer is which one of us will be fine with this? Yes.
Did you know gay shit? Did you know we love
You know
gay?
gay shit? Yeah. Yeah, if you know anyone else who loves gay shit, tell them to watch the show.
I can neither confirm nor deny whether I have actively embraced some manner of homosexuality in all aspects of my characters and every game I've played in for the past like 3 years. But yes,
I can
But
confirm
yes,
for myself.
but correct. But can confirm.
Yeah, can confirm. So yeah, if you know anyone who likes gay shit, there's about to be a whole lot more gay shit. Like I think this is really the what's the word? Not the crux, like the beginning. The advent.
Genesis, I feel like is the
Yes.
appropriate term given our
Genesis
character.
is the perfect word. Literally, on May's playlist, I have so many songs about the Garden of Eden. So many songs.
Okay. That means we start with Gail.
Go Gail,
Hey.
kick ass.
Okay. So you said, so how's Rancid Grandpa doing? And is he dang?
I mean, he's hurt. You can see that he's hurt, but he's not like going to die soon. Like he's not like his current wounds aren't going to kill him.
Okay.
Right? Like, but he is hurt. He is hurt.
All right. Are there any windows in this room?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what would it take mechanically for me to move real quick and throw him out a window?
Okay, so mechanically,
Yeah.
what we'd do is we would start by you doing a grapple.
Okay. I lost my mouse. Fuck it. I'll just scroll with my fingers. All right. So a grapple.
Which hold on. Let me get dice roll for you.
grappling time.
Strength and brawl versus strength and brawl.
All right, so strength and brawl versus strength and brawl. So
Correct.
let me. He said, "Crap." Okay, please go away. Screen help. Okay, there we go. I couldn't get my screen to minimize so I could get back to my dice.
We need Nidra. Where's Nidra?
Okay, so let's see. My strength is 4. My brawl is, so I got 7. And do I have to take anything off this time for him, or do I get to roll all 7?
Oh yeah, you take off 2 for his defense.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Defense doesn't apply. I'm sorry. Wait. Strength. Yeah, never mind. Take 2 off. I did this wrong. I skipped a step. You are on the grab part. So so it's strength and brawl, like you're making an unarmed attack. So you minus is 2.
Okay. And I have a 9, an 8, a 5. So I have 2 successes.
Okay, so you grab him.
All right. So I'm going to cross the room
So
real quickly and snatch him out of Francis's hands, and keep my forward momentum towards the window.
okay, so because we are in initiative, that'll be your action. We'll go to the next person in the initiative, which in this case is Rancid Grandpa. So now we roll the strength first brawl because he's going to try to get away. Right? He's trying to win this grapple and get away.
All right. So now I roll all 7 with no removers, is what you're saying?
Correct.
All right. Poor Grandpa. With all 7, I've got 2 10s and a 9. Let's go ahead and re-roll them 2 10s. And I got an 8 and a 5, so I got 4 successes.
Okay, yeah. So you win. He rolled no successes. So
all right. So I'm going to snatch him out of Francis's hand, and I swear, I promise, had this been any other human being except for maybe one, had this been any other night except for tonight, I promise I could have kept my cool a little bit better than this. But I'm fresh out of fucks. I don't have any pockets in this dress. Not a spot for a rat's ass. Not a little purse for a tinker's tin shit. I have nothing on me. So I'm afraid that I'm going to have to, at full speed, with this man in front of me, with him slightly off the ground, lean down and go, I'm going to have it all. And I'm going to take us both through that window as hard and fast as I can. I'm going to shatter the window using his body to break it. And we're both going out the window.
okay. So that is your intent.
Mm-hmm.
What is good? We're going to go through initiative.
Okay.
We'll come back to that, and so people are probably going to try to stop you in between now and you going out the window. But
I mean, they could try. It's a lot of that's a lot of meat in motion.
Next is Tia and Laura. So Tia will give you initiative first, but you're tied. So
Jesus. I want to actually offer something to our storyteller, considering
Okay.
how much that was to that. This for her to use Fate's Agent, because I have the scar at magnitude 2. Once per chapter, the storyteller may impose the distracted condition on the broken. I can ignore these hallucinations with a successful scar resistance roll. If this roll succeeds, the storyteller may attempt to impose this condition in a later scene, but not during the current scene.
That sounds fun. Let's do that.
I-
Let's
this-
we haven't used
yeah,
a lot of
it seems
conditions, so
fair.
let's use it.
Yes, so that will be I can, yeah, you can impose that. There is, yeah, I don't get anything out of it. It's just, and I can try and ignore this with a scar resistance roll, which I'm trying to remember the exact amount for scar resistance. Okay. Across all of them, my scar resistance is 3. So
Okay.
I can try and do something with that if possible. I will roll scar resistance to see if I can ignore these hallucinations before I even do the turn, because I don't know what
Okay.
distracted does, but I assume it causes something to me.
I will scroll down to the to the conditions and find out.
This will be very helpful for another session when this comes up, because I rolled 2 successes on this, so I can ignore the hallucinations, but May definitely hears her saying something like, I'm sorry I let everyone down. I'm sorry, I was a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. Like, whatever she's seeing, whatever she's hearing, it's not good. She is having a very rough time dealing with this.
Oh boy, and this is
Puppy.
worse for me. Oh god, I don't really have anything to deal with the situation. Really bad.
So what happens is you suffer a -2 die penalty to all rules involving perception, concentration, or any kind of precision.
Okay, so thankfully I've resisted that, but for future reference, having that means I'm just not able to really perceive or chat anything remotely good on that. I am going to, is there an immediate guard nearby to where I am? Like, who's coming, who's closest to either myself or anyone else?
Yeah, we'll say bodyguard 4 is closest to you.
I am not good at this, but I'm going to try this anyways. I think she will just turn and she will just turn to to whatever person is next to her who looks even mildly aggressive, and she will just say, do you want this to happen to you? And just have the bird like be present along the crystalline overarm. So her arm, the person doesn't know that her arm is out of commission, but she knows that she can't do anything with this.
What are you attempting here? Are you attempting intimidation?
I'm just trying to convince them to just back off. Do you really want to deal with this right now, considering what just happened?
Okay.
And just sort of just point to the whole situation happening with this window. And also, I'm certain they saw the giant fucking shadow bird just appear and consume. Well, they didn't know what it was consuming, but they saw the scary ass shadow bird. She's trying to rely on pure bullshit. Just
Okay.
not good because she's not so sure.
Manipulation, intimidation.
Okay. She only has manipulation, so that's a 3. That's 3 dice. Right for me. One success. I have
Good
1.
news. He failed resisting this. So back to this other page. So what do you want him to do?
Just back off. Sorry, my audio got cut off. Just basically take a look at the situation and be like, do you really want to add to this mess right now?
Okay.
Do you want
that
to
is-
be on the receiving end of any of this? And also kind of just trying to point to her arm, but this is pure bullshit. She's trying to scare, but this is pure bullshit.
Okay. But you won the intimidation check, which means that like he's coerced into doing this, right? So he is going to stumble backwards. He's not really thinking about where he's going, but he kind of stumbles back from you and like he's not running out of the room or anything, but he's definitely backing away from the situation a little bit. He's going to try to get his bearings properly on his turn. This means Laura goes. Let's take a look here. Now, May's near Tia, correct?
That is correct.
Between the two of you, how are you doing damage-wise?
I don't think either of us took any damage so
Okay.
far. But last time, because in the previous session, May used her pheromones variation, which is tied to her fragility scar. So I wanted to bring it up because if her wound penalty increases in the scene, she has to suffer the stun tilt for 1 turn.
Okay.
So she's trying not to get hurt.
So I think what is going to happen, because Laura's specific thing is against Tia, she is going to lash out telekinetically. Hers is ranged attack. She has extra reach, but you're not that far away. She's channeling her telekinesis. It's also forceful. She has a bunch of stuff on this. This is one of her strongest abilities.
I have a quick question. Could May tell that she's doing this? Is it overt, or is it like only Tia would be able to like feel it?
It is overt, so you can see this. Like you can see it.
I don't know how this works exactly, but I have a variation that I can take as a reflexive action. So I don't know if I can like interrupt her with that, or if it would just like be immediately after her. Not to make your life difficult, but
let me check on reflexive actions.
sorry.
You're fine.
I would like to not get hurt, so I'm okay with this taking more time as the recipient of said fuckery.
Yeah, it's the one thing May can do that's like more physical.
In the meantime, I also need to know what your defense is, Tia.
What attributes and such would that be? No, I see it. Defense is 2.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, that's good news for you.
Oh shit.
But I was on the wrong page entirely.
It happens.
Which is why I couldn't find what I was looking for.
Benefit of viewers, there is a lot of pages in this book. This system has a lot of fun things you can do, but there is a lot of things to keep in mind. So thank you for your patience with us.
Defense,
very good if you like to read.
Still no. I love to read. Would not read this again without deep work and like time. I need time away. I need like quiet time. You can't read this on the train, folks. This is like bathtub time. This is bathtub time.
Yeah.
You're there and you're focusing.
It's worth it though. Once you like get into it and you build your characters, it's fun.
Also, while Sophia's figuring that out, hello there, Sidecar Stories. It's an absolute pleasure to have you raiding. You find us in the middle of my character potentially dealing with telekinetic lashes coming at me. So, fun times. And our literal walking flower girl is trying to see if she can stop that, because otherwise, this is going to hurt like hell.
And if you stick around, you can watch a bird and a rock beat the shit out of someone.
A slightly soft rock.
No, I'm right now. This rock.
Rock
hard as
hard.
There we
Judaism,
go.
baby. Hard as Judaism. Fucking metal, baby.
Oh boy. Oh
I
no!
almost
you
spit
killed
water out.
Angela.
I had to actively hold the water in, or I was gonna spit it.
No. So just
You're
to get
all
everyone
welcome.
up to speed real quick, we're just we're figuring out kind of a ruling thing. So right now we're in the middle of what I've called the ballroom blitz. Ballroom blitz, no copyright strike, thank you.
Okay.
And we're kicking butt. We beat up a grandpa, and now other stuff's about to happen.
Oh, rancid
What
grandpa.
specific ability are you attempting to use?
Okay, I want to use my lash, which is I took it at magnitude 2. It's a cutting melee lash. And because I took it at magnitude 2, it has 3 like parts to it. So one of those is quick, which lets me activate it as a reflexive action, which is what I'm trying to do. The other 2 things are it has a damage rating of 0, it's grappling, and it's envenomed, which means I can inflict the moderate poison tilt. This is my one cool thing that I can do.
So it doesn't. But let me double. I'm trying to figure it because it doesn't explain exactly, but it also all has to do with what both people have.
Ah. I mean, I'm also fine with you just deciding what you want to do, because that's usually what I do in my games. What's coolest? We'll just go with that.
Like a heartbeat away from being like, want to see a cool trick, and then burping into the mic because I can, but I won't.
Okay,
I'm drinking seltzer. Okay.
Wait, don't do it.
here we go.
Okay.
My ruling is going to be your quick reflexive action is you can do it on her turn, but it's
Okay.
not going to stop her from using her telekinetic power.
Okay.
And I
That's
think
totally fine.
that is going to be fair. They are sort of happening at the same time. If
That's-
you want to do that, you can still
Yeah.
do it.
Because that's exactly
Okay.
how I had pictured it. So I was like, this will probably be how it pans out. Let's find out. So thank you for figuring that out for me.
So
So yeah, if I see her starting to do this, I'm gonna.
yeah,
You just let me know when to describe.
because Tia's defense, she gets 1 dice. Dexterity is not her jam, which like the power, like if it hits you, it has a lot packed into it, but dexterity is not her jam. So she's going to
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. So I have 1 die, you said?
no, I get 1 die.
You get 1 die and I get
1
2 die because of my defense.
No, you take 2 die away from her for
Oh,
so she had 3. So now
so she only
gets
has 1.
Yes. And it's a success. Damn it. Yes. So now I gotta check on everything now because
While you check. Meanwhile, in the hallway, Gail got her hands on Rancid Grandpa. I just slowly take out a pair of headphones and pop them in. Take out my little Walkman and press play as Ballroom Blitz starts playing as I go back to kicking people's ass.
It's canon.
I'm like walking down the hall, full golem
No.
mode.
I have had Ballroom Blitz playing on repeat in my head for the last like 3 weeks. So
So I had
Thank you.
originally wanted to play where is it? Rock Around the
Christmas.
Clock, because it's like Francis loves that shit. But no, Ballroom Blitz works better.
It's perfect for this exact situation.
You're right. I'm listening to you. You're right. But at what
Oh.
cost?
Also, apparently some of our names are flipped around. And so as I have put in the chat, what's a rose by any other name? But
Oh, really?
Angela. That's me right now.
Folks, you can't see
My
it.
face is just me waiting for what manner of how much this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I think Sophia's trying to figure out how you won't die.
Well, sort of.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no.
You don't get to roll to die. You get to die. Now. Thanks, Jessie.
Oh
Thanks,
my
Oh,
Jessie.
God.
pearls,
'cause
they're
it-
clutched.
This has a lot of stuff stacked
Bullshit.
onto it, so I'm just making sure.
Oh Lord.
In the meantime,
If you
Make
kill
sure-
Tia, I will kill 3 grandpas. I swear to God, I will not stop at the one I'm at. I will go find 2
fine.
more.
Most of them ain't good.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I forgot that I put the insidious trait on this lash, which means
Oh, makes it
ins-
worse.
it ignores defense, and instead it is resisted by an attribute.
what the fuck? What?
So
You want to pick an attribute? I'm
It
okay
is,
with that. If I get to roll for
It
this,
is-
I'm okay with that.
like it's resisted, like it's a resistance attribute. So whatever your mental resistance attribute is, which I
Three.
think you said all yours are 3.
They're
so
all 3.
which
all of
means
them are 3.
so she has the 1 success. I'm gonna roll 2 more dice because she didn't lose them. She has 2 successes, and you're resisting her attack with your 3 dice. So go ahead and roll
so
them.
so to be clear, to have a sense of this for future like combats and things. So it's a matter of when you're doing sort of attacks, you're creating your dice pools based off of different abilities, and then you're rolling to see whether your amount of successes beats their defense, unless you have something that ignores that defense entirely for the purposes of rolling.
Yes, like
Okay.
to defense. Yeah, and so like if they have only 1 dice on their attack, if you have a 2 defense, then they're technically have no dice, and I think they have to roll like the basically disadvantage, right? So and take the lower roll.
Gotcha. So I avoided getting psychically how should we put this, slashed across the face? Is this how I've lucked out, or do I need to roll
so-
for
That's
that?
psychic business.
Yeah, you got to roll. So because it's
Okay.
So roll your resistance, and if you have greater than 2, you will avoid getting hurt.
Great. I have exactly 3 in this, so this will be fun.
Big money, big money. No whammies.
That is a 9 and an 8. That's only 2 successes. Does that do I need to match or beat it?
You need to beat it.
No.
Okay.
That is okay.
Then
So
I'm going to use precognitive again. I will spend another willpower to give myself 3 more dice to this roll to see if I can keep this from fucking me over.
This is stressful.
Nope. There are no successes in that, so I have 2 successes total.
okay, so it's not completely bad.
It's only a little bad.
So slash has a damage rating no greater.
Also,
Okay, so
oh, go ahead.
you take 3 lethal.
Okay.
And because it
This
is
is
forceful, you also suffer the knockdown tilt. So you are knocked off your feet when this hits you.
So knockdown condition, writing that down. Got it. And so 3 lethal, does that target my actual health pool? Do I have that correct? And because it's gotten to lethal point, or is that a separate
Do
attribute
you
that's
have
being
armor?
affected? No. As
Okay,
far
yeah.
as I
So
know,
then
I
that
have
that
no
would
armor.
go to your health.
Direct
yes.
health.
So
Yeah, that's what I figured.
yeah. On the other hand, her scar also activates. Her scar is deterioration. So when she uses this, she hurts herself. In this case, when she hits you, she suffers arm rack.
Did you say arm rack?
Yes. It's basically her arm is injured.
Aw, twinsies.
Mine's cooler.
Hell yeah. Hell
I'm
yeah. Hell
petty.
yeah.
Mine is cooler. I currently have King Boomy rock candy crystals growing all over my arm. And using precog, I'm just at bare minimum for flavor, it's getting worse. Like that arm isn't going to be able to do anything for a while.
What about waffles? I will talk about it.
So,
We're gonna be eating cold cereal.
May, you were also using your lash.
Yes. So yeah, I was going to use my lash as a reflexive action. So basically, just for flavor, because I love taking it to Flavor Town, when May activates her lash, what happens is like vines come out from, so like May doesn't really have hair anymore. She just has all this going on. So like vines kind of come down as if they were like long pieces of hair, and they go and smack people, and they got spikies on them. So you let me know what to roll, and I will roll.
It should be determined by when you start. So it'd be Dex. Is it a ranged attack or
It is
melee?
it's a melee attack.
Okay, so then it's gonna be or Dex or Strength, whichever one you chose, and then
Oh, I gotta open the. We have a handy dandy quick guide.
and then it'll be Brawl because it's a melee.
Oh gosh, I'm so slow. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Sorry, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. Sorry, I just want to make sure. I don't remember which one I stuck it with because I didn't write that down. Where's the Discord? Where's the pin post? Game database. There we go. There's not much room on the character sheet to put all of the info. So thankfully, we have a nice big sheet where we can put everything. Melee, strength plus weaponry against their defense.
Okay.
So let me find my strength is 1 and weaponry is 1. So I get a big old 2.
Okay. Let me.
Okay, so let me.
Okay,
Oh.
so her defense is 2.
Okay. So
which
that means
means
I get no dice.
Yes, which means as we were thanks to I think it's Anne in chat. You roll 1, and if it isn't a 10, you suffer dramatic failure. Because it's a chance die. Now we'll give you the choice if you don't want to do this because it's like the first time that you would or encountering a chance die, I will let you back off. But if you want to go for it,
we gotta do
go
it for
for
the
it.
story. Freaks don't back. I got it too.
Hi, Abby.
Fuck you, Google.
Okay,
I rolled
so
it again. It was a 10.
Oof.
Ah!
let me
I die.
find a couple things. I'm looking through one other thing, and then I will get to your. Uh,
This is pretty par for the course that the most stressful part of this whole encounter is the two squishies getting involved in the fight. The two tanks doing things, it's fine. The two squishies, this is not what we're designed to do. We're supposed to be helping you two and Abby as well.
It's not a good split. This is a pretty
I know.
bad split.
This is
This
a
Somehow we
terrible split.
separated the bash
Bad.
bros from the healers.
Yeah, we didn't do so good here. We didn't think this one through.
This is
You
in
guys did
character,
awesome.
though. We would not have thought about it to this degree.
No, we would not have.
No, we
We
would
would
not.
not.
When shit hits the fan, you're like, who's the most fun to be around right now? And it's like, Gail was like, I'm gonna go smash some heads. And Tia and May were like, we want to go cause a scene. We want to
Abby,
go
save us.
have words with this vampire.
I just wanted to
you.
dance.
It fits for
Okay.
fits for who she is as a person. Sadly, she would not work well with anyone doing mental manipulation. That is the one thing that immediately makes Tia go into berserker mode.
Tia did
right,
great.
right, right,
She
right.
was great. May's the one being like, oh, well, it's my life now. Hooray. Eh.
So dramatic failure.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh, it gets worse. Fleet's face is like, oh boy, what's gonna happen?
Actually, it gets better. What
I
did you
love
roll?
Okay.
failure.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, so you did not have a dramatic failure. Now, chance die, if it is a 1,
Holy
what
shit.
I'm reading here. If it is a 1, it is a dramatic failure.
Did you just change that so I don't die?
No. I looked it up in the book to make sure. So I
Hey.
knew. So you miss. What happens
Okay.
is you
I
miss.
whiff it.
And I think for story wise, because two of Laura's scars come into play. So when she suffers the arm rack, she drops to her knees
Ah.
in pain. She's not handling this pain very well. She also has thin skin, so she does not suffer pain very well, and her wound tracks are not as big as everybody else's. So she drops down, and May's lash misses just over her head.
Makes sense. I was also thinking that May, like another reason for May to miss is that she probably unleashes the lash right as Tia kind of starts to like she falls, and so that like because May was hanging on to her, it knocks her off balance as well.
Oh yeah, I am technically bigger than you, so it is kind of
Well,
weird to
even, like-
suddenly have a crystalline lady just go.
When someone you're like supporting, suddenly the weight changes, right? So it's like, whoa.
Gail, what is your defense?
Wait, what is my defense?
Yes, your defense.
I don't know. Let me check. The answer is probably nothing. I tend to build like an asshole. I tend to build for murder.
What is
With
your
no defense.
dexterity or your
My
wits?
defense is 3.
Okay. So next in the initiative is bodyguards 2 and 3. They are both going to try to tackle Gale to stop you from taking Rancid Grandpa through the window.
Yeah, but you missed it. I've got an old man jacked up off the ground. I'm getting ready to smash him through a plate glass window and throw us both out of building. But only if I
going by
beat these 2
me?
bodyguards.
Are they going by me? And is there a reaction attack to this?
Yeah, can the Bash Brothers keep Bash Brothering?
Prepare the batch.
One of them misses.
Doesn't.
The other crashes into you. Do you have any armor?
No, armor's for other people. But I do have very big wings. Can I just wing flare? I feel a swan could. I'm just saying, a swan could knock a charging dude, and I'm significantly bigger than a swan. I'm
Yes,
just
that is where we are going
okay.
to next.
Okay,
He
good. 'Cause I
only
have no
has
armor.
one success, so he hits you. But I now want you to roll. I think it's dexterity, acrobatics to stay on your feet and keep running. Add a +1 for being able to use your wings to keep your balance. Add 1 dice.
All right. Dexterity and acrobatics. Dexterity is literally my lowest score. So funny. What do I got for acrobatics? Do I have an acrobatics? Surely I must. What the absolute fuck? Hold on.
I think
Now-
we're leaning towards a no.
Is that Gail Grayson of the Flying Graysons?
Yeah, no. Now either my sheet's broken or I'm very tired. I don't seem to have an acrobatics. Did you say acrobatics?
Hold on, let me.
Am I just hallucinating words at this time? Which, to be fair, for all of our
Oh
listeners, I
no,
may
sorry,
be
nope,
doing.
that's on me. Acrobatics is not on here. Athletics. Then.
Okay, there we
About
go.
to say, I'm like, it's not just Gale. Otherwise, this is a group hallucination, which is probably a thing.
I
But
wasn't looking at the character sheet when I said it, so
I mean,
There is a
that's
chance.
That's on
fine,
me.
but I was looking at the character sheet. I'm like, no, I filled out the wrong sheet several weeks ago, and we're all just discovering it now.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, so I'm rolling 3 dice. Oh my god, I whiffed it. I ain't get shit. I'm not graceful. I'm large, but these things do throw me off balance. So yeah, no, if he hit me just right, we sure as shit all went bum 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 bum.
take 1 bashing damage.
All right.
And May, you are next.
Oh my gosh, so many things.
Using a reflexive action does not take away your turn, so
Sweet.
you get to go again.
Okay, well, since that went terribly also for me. I now have Tia in my arms on the ground. I think I'm gonna I can't do it for her. I thought I could heal her right away, but I can't.
it's fine. Just keep going.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna try for that last no, because she already has it wouldn't work anyway. Oh, that's so annoying. Well, maybe how far away is Gale and those first question, how far away are those bodyguards attacking Gale and or Rancid Grandpa? Like, could I hit one of them if I wanted to try?
What's your range on your lash attack?
Oh no, I gotta go to the document for that.
Like, do you have a basic range, or do you have reach?
It does not have reach, so it'd just be basic range.
Okay. I can.
Oh, why is Lady so strong? I want to smack her, but it won't work.
Okay.
I'm keeping track of my session notes right here, and the last two have just been about me eating shit about that lash. It's about me and Arnica
Okay.
just eating shit in our last two
Yes.
interactions.
They are easily within range.
Okay, can I hit Rancid Grandpa with this lash? Second question, can I know what his defense is before I do it, or is that not allowed? Because I will take yes to either of those. Yes or no, I should say.
His defense is only 2.
But my thing is 2. Oh, this sucks. All right, I'll try and go for one of the guards, because the guards probably has lower defense, right?
Depends on which guard.
The one with the lower defense?
Okay, so
I don't know if I'm allowed to know
shoot for
this.
bodyguard 1.
You
Bodyguard
tried.
1. All right, we're gonna try.
Storyteller is kind to us.
Thank you. I'm gonna go over my character sheet again after, just to make sure I didn't forget something, because this feels so low. Okay, bodyguard 1. I should get, I believe, 1 die because I have weaponry plus strength, I think it was. Well, either way, I have 2 dice and he's a 1, so I get a 1 die. Come on, Google. I got a 10. Things are turning around. And then I got a 1. Well, we got 1.
Okay, and so what are the powers connected to
Okay.
your lash?
So this is where it gets good, y'all. I just have to connect and then it works. So it has grappling, and envenomed, and then quick, but quick doesn't matter. So the main one here is envenomed. So this guard gets inflicted with the moderate poisoned tilt. Although it says requires inflicting blah blah blah. Did I mess this up somehow? I don't think I did. It says inflict moderate poison tilt requires inflicting 1 or more point of lethal damage after armor. But I remember putting in this that I didn't have to do that. So let me just double check real quick. Thanks everyone for
Do you have the piercing quality?
Oh, it's cutting. It's a cutting lash. That's why.
Okay.
Sorry, I was getting confused because there's another one called gentle, but this one is cutting. So technically, I think it does damage.
Yeah, it does lethal damage if it is a cutting attack. And he doesn't have armor, so you are dealing 1 lethal.
Okay, so he takes 1, and then he gets poisoned, moderate poisoned. And that tilt lasts until
alright.
the end of the scene or until it gets resolved. And let me just double check on this grappled part so I don't mess that up. Grappling. Why is it not in that document? Ooh, if I could spell it right, that would help.
I'm reading the poison condition. This is rough.
Yeah, man.
Poison
On a
condition
successful-
sucks to get hit with. It's really bad.
Grappling. On a successful attack, the deviant may also initiate a grapple against the target as a reflexive action. But since I already had a reflexive action, I don't know if I can also do this. Sorry, Sophia. It's like, here's all these things that I don't know about. Please figure them out for me.
Okay.
Good thing I'm cute.
No, that's great. He's poisoned. Bodyguard 1 and 2 are going to take their actions at the same time.
Oh boy.
So that means he takes bashing damage from being poisoned. Or not 1 and 2, 4. So 4 is going to successfully avoid. He's still going to continue to back away, but he does not suffer a tilt he does not suffer the insate tilt for being afraid of Tia, but he continues to back away. There's a lot happening. And so he had to use his action to resist that, basically. The other guard is going to use, you know what? Yeah, he's going to use his action to draw his weapon. So there's a, just so you know, bodyguard 1 has drawn his gun. That will cost him his action because I say so. And we move on to Francis.
Oh, my back hurts because I'm about to carry this team. Let's go. Okay, the fuck is going on in this hallway? I have to kill this man on the ground. 1. 2, there's another man. Afraid. Great. 3, there's 2 more bodyguards coming at Gale and her rancid grandpa. There's 4 dudes, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I got dogpiled.
You got dogpiled? I'm coming.
It's almost like I'm listed as armed and extremely dangerous or something.
All right, I'm coming. Oh, I almost took that one. All right, here's what I am going to do. I am going to use. No, I don't need to go gigantic now. I have a trait that I can use called gigantic, where I grow, and I will break this house if I do that, and I don't want to wreck May's parents' house. So I can lift up.
It's not their house. It's like a different.
It's not their house. Oh, fuck
You
them.
are welcome.
It's like a hotel that they rented kind of thing.
Oh,
But
I'll
they
crush
are-
a Marriott.
They are
Okay.
in it, so please remember my parents are here in the Marriott. So please don't
Listen,
push
you're not in this room. I can't hear you. Yeah, but I can lift them because I can lift up 3 times my size, my weight. So I'm just gonna if Gail's getting dogpiled, I'm basically gonna try and take 2 of them and just toss them. Just
Only
ragdoll.
1 landed, so 1 did miss. So he's just on the floor because he missed his tackle. The other one did
step
hit
on
her.
him
But
on the way to the other one.
sure.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna step on him and not on purpose, just I'm very big and very heavy, and I just want to break his gun hand and then pull off this other dude from Gail and her rancid grandfather.
Man.
Okay.
I'm gonna toss him like a little raggy doll. That way they're all behind me and Gail, they're all in front of me, and Gail and her grandfather thing is behind me. That way if they want to try and stop her again, they're gonna have to physically get through this.
Okay. Because he's laying on the ground, just strength brawl to throw him.
Strength brawl. Okay.
Yeah.
Can this be? This is a wrestling throw. Can I say wrestling? Can I twist that? I so rarely get to wrestle. All right.
Yeah,
1,
go
2,
for
3,
it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I have to take anything away?
Wait, no, he's technically would be take 1 dice away.
If you are so lucky, I don't have grappling up to 2. I only have grappling up to 1. Or else I'd be taking this man downtown. Get a Macho Man Randy Savage this man all over this fucking floor. Oh yeah. Wow, that's 1 success. Out of 7 dice. That is 1 success.
After all your big talk about your aching back, oh no, the dice have turned upon you too.
Okay.
What's happening? The tide is turning.
You do have super strength.
I do have super strength. Will you let me add a die to that?
How far do you want to throw it?
I just want him like a little behind me. I don't want to yeet him. Like I just want him to get the fuck off. I want to divide this room so that Gale
Okay,
can focus.
so then in that case, you successfully do that, right? You throw him. He is going to take
My back.
1 bashing damage for this throw.
Fine. Bye, dude. I'm gonna throw him behind me. And then I'm just gonna I won't even look at Gale. I'm just gonna stand impassionately and just watch. And wait.
Which
And
means
I
that
know they'll have
depending-
to run me an Epsom salt bath later for this fucking backache. Because I'm carrying the team!
okay. Gale, it is back to you.
All right. So where's our rancid grandpa at, having had like 500 pounds of cyborg bird god fall on him at full speed? I don't suppose I could be like, give him half a point of damage because I fell on him real hard, can I?
So
Mm, mm.
that is going to take intent. So technically, all of these actions, like, we have to go through like every little thing, right? But like they're all happening really fast. So if you want to use your action to, as you're falling, make sure you hurt him, that is something you can do.
No, I'm just being a pain in the butt. I'm like, okay, but what if I land on him real heavy? I just want to get him as close as dead to possible tonight, and I'm willing to take every inch you give me to do so. No, I'm going to I'm sorry, I looked down at the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get up to my feet and I'm gonna drag him with me. I am serious. We are going out. Oh, I'm gonna go back at the run again. I'm gonna throw him out this window, and we are throwing ourselves out a window today because only one of us has wings. What a great plan. This is an excellent plan. We're going out this window come hell or high water. I want to throw him off a building. By throwing myself out a building.
Hot window. You have to go through the window.
I have to go through the window.
This. Now, I'm pretty sure windows, hold on, things like that, buildings and stuff, they get their own armor rating, I believe. And I have to like look that up because I'm not sure. Now is not a good time.
It's a Marriott. The windows are not going to be that thick. I'm just guessing it's Marriott.
I love how cheap you guys are. Like, this is a fucking gala. You guys are like, it's at the Marriott. People are wearing TJ Maxx. They arrived in a Honda.
You know how rich people stay rich? They don't spend any money.
The fuck they don't. They buy fucking $75,000 charity plates.
Well, right.
They
But you have to understand,
rich
it's
by devouring our children.
I mean, that may or may not be canon, actually.
in this world that actually might be the case. Now that you've said it,
That could be
Thinking
the
about
case.
Renowned Pharmaceuticals and kind of what I have in my head for them. Yeah,
Not wrong. Not far off.
there's definitely human
Fantastic.
experimentation going on.
you're not
still.
saying the truth, but you're also not telling a lie right now.
Like
Okay,
Dale
we're
Gribble,
talking
I'm not
about-
right, but I'm not
What's
wrong.
the truth? What's the truth?
I think it is the
Pocket
truth
sand.
anyway.
You know what I think? You all want to know what I think?
Yes, I
I
do
know.
actually.
I think we went to a gala in a fucking Marriott because we're in Milwaukee.
That's true. I keep forgetting that.
And like the Milwaukee Star journalist is out there ready to take a picture of you in the papes. And it's only going to be Milwaukee local news. And you know what?
I-
The stakes have never been lower. I think we'll be fine. It's
Okay, so
no offense to any Milwaukeeans, it's Milwaukee.
Oh, they're killing me.
Oh,
I
and
did
also,
not go to fucking Cotillion to listen to this. A bitch is old and a bitch is Southern. A bitch went to Cotillion and y'all talking about Marriott charity dinners. I can't. I love
I'm
you
sorry.
so much.
I'm sorry. This gala, they rented out the 3-story Olive Garden in Times Square. Is that better for you? Is that nicer? Is that better for you?
okay, so strength.
back to the
Brawl.
action.
Strength brawl.
Okay. Oh, you're talking to me. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm
She's got
laughing at
the- she's got
3-story
the-
Yeah,
Olive Garden.
strength brawl.
Okay.
You are doing aggravated damage because you're a big metal bird and this is a window, which means you get all your dice, but you have to deal 3 damage to it to go through the window. You have to once its structure is reduced to 0, you will go through the window. You'll have
All
to. do that.
right. So again, my strength is 4 and my brawl is 3. So let's roll up 7 of these bitches. And we got we have exactly 3. We have a 9 and 2 8s. Let's throw ourselves off a building, face first with an old
Okay.
man who doesn't have no wings.
Did we ever established what floor this?
We did not. So I love
See,
I
I've been
love the
assuming
thought of
it's-
this being a building.
Like I've been
I thought
assuming
that-
it's been up high. We're at a Gala.
No,
Now
we're
all of a
on
sudden
the-
we're at a
we're on the
Marriott.
first
Oh, yeah,
And
no,
Marriott
that's
only has
fair.
like 2 floors, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why are we at a Best Western?
Maybe it's a bungalow. It's like a 1.5.
If a Marriott has a penthouse, we're in the penthouse of the Marriott, all the way on the 5th floor.
I have not imagined anything near as luxurious as any of y'all have tried to imagine. I have straight up just been like, it's a ground floor, and we're talking like Great Hall level, like size to this ballroom building. But first floor, like, Jesus.
Thinking
Maybe
of like
I
it's
mean-
the first floor, but
fancy
it's on a
vampire.
hill. It's the first floor, but it's on a big hill.
Y'all really gonna let me spend like 5 turns throwing an old dude out the window, and then y'all gonna be like, "You're on the first floor."
You,
know
didn't
what?
ask
You're
about
fired,
the
you're
height
fired,
of the
you're fired.
building.
Because
will
these
Okay.
rich people don't hang out on the first floor. They can shoot you through the glass. Y'all haven't
Okay,
lived the
let's-
hood enough, and you haven't been poor enough.
Cat corralling aside, Sophia.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
sorry,
So
Sophia.
here's the thing. One, they definitely did all of this through their company so that they don't have to pay for it themselves. It's how rich people do things. Why pay for it yourself when you can have the company do it?
It's a tax break.
Mhm.
2,
We're the best.
are we above 30 meters or 30 yards?
I'm Canadian. I don't know what the heck a yard is. My lawn?
Or meters?
30 yards
30
is
meters or 30
roughly-
yards.
It's
So
roughly 90 feet. She's asking if we're like 100 feet off the ground, roughly. So about 10 stories.
No.
I'm having to do that math.
Thank you for doing math. The answer is
I
no.
will let you decide. I will give you this. Decide how high this is. Like as a group, like
Chat, what do
I
you
will
want?
They can
rock,
be any
paper,
way you want it.
scissors you for it. I will rock,
Done.
paper, scissors you for
We're
11
good.
stories.
It's
okay.
happening.
1,
Floor. First
2,
floor.
okay. 3, 1,
Are we doing-
2,
oh,
3.
so- Two. I
Okay,
win.
I was okay, so we're not on the first floor. Fleet lost because I'm paper, but we're obviously not on the 11th floor.
Where are we, Jesse?
Jessie's got
Fifth
scissors.
floor.
Jesse.
Fifth floor.
Fifth
Halfway,
floor?
baby. I can give you that.
All right, I'll take it.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
We really are at the penthouse in a Marriott, 5 floors up. Look at this shit. We about to fall.
okay. So how many yards is 5 floors?
Ooh, Google, help me.
Typically a hotel
Um,
floor is about 10 feet because they
Yeah.
need space for the ventilation. I used to do hotel. I used to work at a hotel. So we're roughly about 55 feet up. I've
Wait,
done
you're just
so
pulling
much.
this out now?
Yeah, I did housekeeping.
Amazing. You
No,
just
not really.
know. Well, but you
Terrible
just know
story.
this.
The things humans do in a hotel.
Oh,
Anyway, so we're about 55 feet up. It's
that's
about
for the
5
OnlyFans.
stories.
We'll talk about that on the OnlyFans channel.
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
We're 11 floors up. We're 11 floors up. Let's just do that. We're 11 floors
Okay.
up.
Oh,
This is
So
clearly
so
established
so
from
here's the thing.
beginning.
Even at 5, that's 3 for every 3 yards, that's like 1 point of bashing damage, which means he takes 6 bashing damage, but he only has 2 health tracks available, which means it would fill up bashing, fill up lethal, and then fill up aggravated, and then fill up lethal, and he
He's
would
dead.
be dead.
You did it.
Cool.
So he is dead. Which
All
means
right,
because we are running out of time, I am going to take control of the scene. If you
Thank
don't
God.
mind.
Thank God.
By all means.
Save us from ourselves.
Please.
Save everyone but him.
Basically, Celine's going to step in, sort of realizing that like this has taken enough time. The rest of the guards and forces are like on their way. Celine will just order
Yes.
her men to kill the rest of the guards and tell you to run.
Somebody take Francis's hand though. Like Francis is gonna need someone to hold.
Sophia, can we give the chat what they crave? On my way out, can I kill that man?
The chat did vote.
The chat voted
Yeah,
we
like-
get to kill him.
Squash that
Technically-
man.
Yeah, like he is dead. Like as the idea was that as long as you held him long enough, you would do enough damage
He's
and
dead.
he
Great.
would be dead. So like, yeah, there's a camera shot of his dead body, but Celine is going to tell you to like run. She is going to help you escape. Celine is not going to go with you. If you do not want to leave, that is up to you. And we will pick that up next time, but that is
Francis will not leave until Nidra is gone. Francis will guard the room Nidra is in. That's all, but great.
that's fair. Like, because like Laura is still here at the moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Tia wants to leave either.
I mean, Tia's on the. Aren't you out cold, or are you
I'm
just
not
really,
out.
really
I'm
dizzy?
not out cold. I'm just on the floor. I was about to get up, trying
I
to
couldn't
like
remember if
dealing
she
with
said
dissociation
knocked down or
over here.
knocked
While
out.
there's 2 Bash Brothers wanting to pick fights, I'm on the floor dealing with a bunch of severe mental trauma.
We miss you, Abby. We need
I
you.
had-
Yeah,
I
you
had
need to
these
come
earlier.
home. Look what we've done.
There's
I
no
want-
one in charge. Okay, so it sounds like we'll figure this out next session. Sophia, how do you want to take us out?
All right. In that case, of course, next week we will have Nidra back. So please go check out Abby. She does great work. We're excited to have Abby back. Tia, who are you and where can you find you on the internet?
Hello there, lovelies. My name is Angela Musmogravejo. I use she, her pronouns, and you can find me in a few different places on the interwebs. I am, number one, here. Well, I can't say I'm going to be here next Wednesday because we just had our Lancer time, Love in the Time of Mechs finale. So you can catch our Lancer series episodes over on the YouTube for Girls Run These Worlds, where I may or may not have put myself in a corner by springing a possible surprise wedding proposal on somebody and go watch the episode and you'll get more context. That's all I'm going to say about that. You can find my game designs over on Voice of the Phoenix on itch.io, where I currently have 21 playbooks for the Slayers RPG, with hopes to do an either whip wielding playbook soon or a Forge Master style playbook a la Isaac and Hector from the Castlevania series. I have my first original game, Flame in the Abyss. That's a 3-person jamless game about memories, grief, and learning to move on. And also a chapbook of poetry dedicated to the Slayers Almanac, which was a collection of 10 different indie dev writers coming together to create settings for the Slayers RPG, of which I was one of the contributors. So you can find that work for game design there. You can find my poetry over on Philosophem on Patreon, which is my primary source of support and income. And also, I will, because we announced this for the game yesterday as well, I will be running, I believe, somewhere in the range of October, Monster Care Squad on the channel. So I'll be likely pulling that into my first ever homebrew world and revamping the entire world to put it in a different time era so that folks can go and roam around the different continent, being supportive Monster Care people, because the monsters are cute and also they'll be scary. But yep. So I'm super excited. Yes, November 5th. Thank you, producer, who's speaking in my ear, whose dates I've now forgotten. November 5th to November 10th is when we will be doing casting. And then we will have the officials in October. There. I don't know, Sarah. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Ignore me.
Reverse those.
Ignore
Casting
this.
October 13th, and then in
Yes.
November the show will run.
Thank
so keep
you.
an eye out on the Girls
Someone,
Run These
thank
Worlds
you.
Twitter for the casting announcement.
My brain is mush because I've had a lot of emotion tonight. Thank you, everybody. That's me. Move to someone else for the love of God. Or the devil.
Francis.
Hey everyone, I'm Fleet Dietrich, your local Jewish beefsteak, or the brisket of great renown, which if you haven't seen that graphic, please go look on Jessie's Twitter, because it is stunning. Yeah, you can find me at Fleet Dietrich on HIO, where you can find Bees and Max, my Honey Ice Hack. You can find my Bandits Grove supplements and a lot more games that are coming out. You are also welcome to see me run a game of Merkborg on Lost Caravan RPG this coming Monday as well. Yeah, and I am running a bundle that is going to be on sale on Edge, a TTRPG bundle for abortion access and reproductive rights, which is all funds are going to the Brigid Alliance, excuse me. The Brigid Alliance is a thing that basically, oh boy, it's been a long night. It's like 10:55 here. The Brigid Alliance is a nonprofit and a charity that helps people who are seeking abortions in other states be funded for lodging, travel, food, childcare, all of it, to make sure that everyone's safe and good. This is going to be dropping either end of August or early September based on when we can get Brigid set up on itch. We're trying to aim to have it run for a couple of months during December, which is going to be a time where there are more abortions needed than normal. So we just want to make sure we have that filled out. If you would love to submit your game, please, please, please. The link is in the chat, I believe. Go submit your game. It's not too late. And then you can find on my Twitter, Fleet_Dietrich, when the bundle's live. And you can pay $10 to have. Right now, we are at 23 games, just $10. So make it happen.
All right. And May.
Hello, I have been May, also known as Jessie. My brain's a little all over the place, partially because this was an awesome session, and also because I'm currently building a store. If you watched our Therosian Odyssey series on Sunday mornings, you'll see my manager Lindsay, who is helping me open the store. It's called Doki Doki. It's going to be an anime store, Japanese stuff here in Belleville, so that's very exciting. And also, if you want a cool shirt design, hit me up on Twitter and I'll make something for you. I always forget I have a red bubble. So yeah, check me out on Twitter at @aglasses for fun geeky stuff. And that's me. Thanks, y'all. Oh, and I do business stuff if you need help with business. Yay, business.
Gail.
Hi, I'm Arnica, and I played your biomechanical bird god, Gale. And it's been a great night. I got to throw an old man out the window. That's always good. You can find me on Twitter at ArnicaXRoss. You can find me here on Twitch under the same name. And tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find me on Valorant's Twitter channel running my very first game ever on a live stream, where I will be leading a fantastic crew of 4 on a 10-episode game of Avatar: The Last Airbender called Avatar: A Reign of Smoke and Ashes. And it is going to be so dramatic. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be so good. You got to come see us.
All right, I believe that is me then. Hi, I am Nerdy Teddy. You can normally find me over on Nerds with Dice, who just rated. Thank you guys. Hello, everybody. Hope your stream went great. Let's see, which Sunday, hopefully, as long as the stars align, 10 a.m. EST over on Nerds with Dice. We'll be starting the Brindlewood Bay campaign I've been working on for a while. That's a little club of mystery, so please come check that out. I am also currently casting for a couple of games. Reprehensibles, Villainous Mutants and Masterminds podcast is back open. We are recasting a couple of people. Unfortunately, they had to drop out, but that is back open. So check that out on Twitter or just message me and I will send you the sign up. And starting in November, casting a little early so I can work with the players to sort of build the world, and the campaign that's going to happen is going to be a Buffy the Vampire Slayer game, currently untitled. So wait to figure out what the title is until I have players and characters. I think that is all I have going on right now. Thank you everybody for joining us. We also, Girls Run These Worlds is casting Waterdeep Anatomy, a 3-part all cleric medical drama. So please check that out. And we will be rating Neon Lights roleplay. So have a good night, everybody, and enjoy. Bye.
Bye. See you next week.
See you next.